Hello and welcome back everybody. It's Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now let's see what the story is about today. What if you happen to come back home at an unexpected time and walked in on your girlfriend of 7 years with your roommate? What steps would you take? Would you ever forgive her? Now let's find out all about it in today's story. Also, if you like what I do, please give this video a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel.
My last class of the day was cancelled, so I decided to come home and surprise my girlfriend. I went to the store and grabbed everything to make her favorite meal, lasagna. I was carrying the bags up the stairs and put them down in front of the door to fish my keys out of my pocket, and then I heard my girlfriend, sort of like having some fun. I thought that she was taking care of herself. I know her, and so I didn't have a sudden ah moment or anything. I walked in, and there were her and my roommate on the couch. I opened the door and kind of just froze when I saw them. She looked up, and he turned around and saw it was me, and I just saw red. I just dropped the bags and walked away. As I was getting into my car, they both came running out and yelling at me to stop, but I just floored it and got out of there as quickly as I could. I called my best friend and talked to him about it. He offered to come and settle it with the roommate. I told him no, I didn't want him to get into trouble from it.
OP even had the engagement ring that he planned to use to propose to her this summer when they went on vacation.
It's in my safe that I keep in the closet, so I know that she doesn't know about it. But I planned to spend the rest of my life with her. Why didn't I see this coming? My last class was supposed to start at 12, but since it was cancelled, I was home by 12:30. So it's been 4+ hours. My phone has been ringing all day from both of them. I haven't looked at any of the messages or answered any of the calls. I called my bank and made sure that she wasn't on any of my accounts for anything. I'm going to go back later tonight and pack up all of her stuff and drop it off at her place tomorrow. Then I'll probably take a bag of clothes to my friend's house and stay there until school ends in 3 weeks.
Now, here is the first update.
My friend and his sister took me out to dinner to try to get my mind off of everything. At first, I wasn't really up to going, but I figured that it would be better to try to focus my mind on something different. My friends called up a couple of my other friends, and the 6 of us went out to dinner. At first, I wasn't really into it. I was kind of down, but my friends cheered me up. I can honestly say that I love my friends and everything that they've done for me. My best friend's sister, Emily, went through all the messages on my phone from the both of them and deleted anything that didn't need to be on there. She texted both of them from my phone telling them that it was her that was texting and told her that a friend would be by at a certain time to pick up my stuff tomorrow and that I will be talking to the landlord about removing my name from the lease.
On a side note, I'm at my best friend's house. He and his sister have been super awesome to me. Their doorbell rang about 5 minutes ago and it was my ex-girlfriend. His sister chased her out. Now, here is the second update.
I went to the apartment with my best friend, Trevor, and Emily to get some stuff from my apartment. My roommate wasn't there, but he left me a note saying that he's sorry and attempting to explain the situation. I threw it away after reading it, grabbed some stuff, and loaded it into my car. I then went to my ex's apartment to grab my stuff. My ex was there, and at first she wouldn't let them in. She yelled at them to go away, but she eventually opened the door. She cried the whole time and asked them if they would tell me that she's sorry, it was a one-time thing, I would do anything to change it. They didn't say a word, although she was crying.
OP told a few select friends about what happened. He asked if they would watch the doors to his classroom when he had classes as he didn't want to cause a scene.
Nothing on Wednesday, but she stood outside one of my teaching classes on Thursday. I went in through a different door and thankfully she didn't see me. Friday, my practicum is with 3rd graders, and she stood outside of the classroom waiting for me. We have name tags and only have to show those to the desk to get in. She used to be an education major, but switched majors, therefore it wasn't too uncommon for her to be in there. I saw her, and my heart immediately sank. I decided to just walk by her and ignore her. She saw me and started crying and trying to talk to me. I didn't say a word, but just walked into the classroom. My cooperating teacher asked her to leave. I explained the situation to my cooperating teacher and asked her to watch out for if she came back again. She said that she would and would ask her to leave if she saw her again.
OP received a few text messages on the weekend from her and the roommate that was extremely annoying. He got an insane amount of phone calls and a ton of Facebook messages.
Trevor and Emily also received quite a few as well. I worked all weekend and threw myself into lesson plans and projects due. I also went and played a round of golf with some friends. Today, I got a text from my ex. She told me that she was pregnant and that it was mine. I screenshotted the conversation. I'm trying to stay calm, but if she truly is pregnant and the baby is mine, then that throws a whole wrench into everything.
Now, here is the text conversation between the two of them.
Her: I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry that I messed up our future, but I think that we just got a second chance. I know that this isn't what you wanted to hear, but I'm pregnant. Maybe this is why I made my mistake. Me: you can't use a pregnancy to explain cheating. It doesn't work like that. I want a pregnancy test. Not one from the store, but to actually go to the doctor and have them do that. If it turns out that you are pregnant, then I want a paternity test. Her: fine, I'll call the doctor tomorrow and set up an appointment. But if I am pregnant, can we have a second chance? Me: no. All I want to know from you is when and where the appointment is.
Now, the girlfriend seems to be calm for this to be just a joke. She's been crazy for almost the past week and now she's extremely calm. Here is the last update.
My ex made a doctor's appointment for a couple of days after my last post. She sent me a text with the date and time and asked me if I would be going with her. I told her that I wouldn't, but that I will ask Emily to join her. She straight up refused and said this was our baby and that if I didn't go, she would cancel the appointment and wait until I was ready. We argued for a little bit until I gave in. I told her that I would meet her there and I would stay for the entire thing, but I was going to be stone silent the whole time unless the doctor asked me a question. I showed up at the doctor's office 5 minutes before the appointment and sat across from her in the waiting room. The doctor called her a couple of minutes later. She asked her some questions, and then she had her go to the restroom for the sample. I made sure that her purse and everything stayed in the room. Somebody warned me that she would be crazy enough to buy a pregnant woman's sample and use that instead.
Now, after she gave the sample to the doctor left and she tried to have a conversation with OP.
I sat there and ignored her and texted my friends until the doctor came back and confirmed that she was pregnant. I started shaking and tried to control my breathing, but my ex was so excited, so was the doctor. Then came the ultrasound, and she was roughly 11 weeks pregnant. After a couple of minutes, I excused myself and left. I texted her as I was leaving that, before anything else happens, we're having a paternity test. First off, non-invasive prenatal testing is super expensive. I told her that I would pay for half, but that if the child wasn't mine, then she would have to pay me back for that. She told me that her parents were willing to pay for it. Her parents have more money than I would know what to do with, like millionaire's money.
OP insisted that his ex-roommate was taking the test as well.
She said that he didn't need to, and I got angry saying that I guess I can wait another 6 months because they won't put my name on the birth certificate until they prove I'm the father. She finally agreed with me and made him take the test as well. There's a place around here that actually specializes in DNA testing, so we were able to get in just a couple days later. She brought her mom with her. They told us that they would have the results in 10 days and that we could come pick them up. I was too nervous to go to the results. Emily and Trevor both went in place for me. According to them, my ex wasn't happy that I wasn't there and almost refused to let them see the results. But her mom told her that she could understand why I didn't want to be there.
OP says he never forgets the phone call that he received from Emily.
Emily: hey. Me: well. Emily: you're not the dad. You should have seen the look on your ex-roommate's face, though. He's the dad. I didn't make this clear. Sorry. My ex attempted to text me later, and I just ignored all of them. Both of her parents did text me, though, saying that they wish me well with teaching. That really meant a lot to me. As for other things in my personal life, I've gotten a new apartment over by Trevor and Emily. My ex doesn't know where I live at the moment. Her number is blocked. She's blocked on Facebook and everything else that I could think of to block her on. No, Emily and I are not going to date. For the many people that have asked, I'm sorry to disappoint you and say that we're not. I don't see her in a romantic way, and I plan on staying single for a while. I'll be finishing up my BS in elementary education this upcoming school year, and then I still need to decide whether to continue schooling and pursue my MS in deaf education and deaf studies, or whether I should start teaching.
End of the story. Well, OP, congratulations on not being the father. I'm glad it all works out for you, and you were rational throughout the whole ordeal. The fact that the infant is 11 weeks old and your roommate is the father says that they have been messing around before you found out last month. And it was a one-time thing? You're joking. I say good riddance to her and the ex-roommate. I'm so happy that things are looking up for you. And good for you to taking the time off to focus on yourself. It sounds like you need it. I know it sounds hard to believe now, but in a few years you will be reminded of your ex and laugh at how lucky you are that your life turned out to be the way it did. All the best for the rest of your life. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment and share the video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.